What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to Let's Talk Bulls, the number one Bulls podcast in Chicago. And what we're going to talk about today is the Chicago Bulls offense. Last night, the Chicago Bulls beat the Utah Jazz 130 to 113. And in that game, it looked like they found their identity. They found the way they need to play going forward to see more wins. We're going to talk about it in just a second. But before we do, make sure if you're new to the channel, you hit that like button, you subscribe, and ring that bell notification so you're notified when I drop these videos. All that's left is to have fun and let's talk Bulls.
Give me the hot dog! Give me the hot dog!
So the Chicago Bulls came into last night's game 2-5, looking terrible. We were constantly hoping to see this team find an identity. Every game they would switch up what they were doing. They were searching for threes. They were forcing threes. And they just looked like a team that was confused on where they were going. But in last night's game, it looked like they really had it connect, where we saw the entire team playing a brand of basketball that personally I think suits them very well. To go into that, the Bulls were a defensive-minded team last game. They were getting after the Jazz on defense the entire time, and that's the type of team that the Bulls are. We're defensive-minded. We're a hard, grit, grinded-out Chicago-style team, and I need them to start focusing on making sure they're using that as much as possible. With the additions of Javon Carter and Torrey Craig, it seems like the Bulls now are starting to try to do a lot more full-court pressing throughout games, now that they have the energy in their guards and a defensive mindset type of players to continue to do that. This just puts teams in weird positions and forces them to start speeding up their offense. Now, personally, I would like to see us do it more often. I think we have enough guards to keep that going for most of the game when you talk about having Carter, Caruso, Dosunmu, Kobe, Torrey Craig. We have a lot of people who can start doing that. We can continue to push the entire game and really become that type of team moving forward when it comes to the defensive end. Now, the defense does lead to offense. So we are one of the best teams in the league at getting steals. Part of this is turning those steals into points, attacking on the fast break. The Bulls have kind of been doing that, but last night they were taking advantage. Having 30-plus points off turnovers, they were getting out in the fast break, running and attacking the rim as much as possible. We saw a lot of the time when they were driving, they were going to drive all the way. Sometimes when the Bulls get these turnovers, they tend to just try to go towards the three-point line. There's been a couple times where we have a layup and someone fades out to the three-point line and we end up missing that shot because we're not the best three-point shooting team. So seeing them attack and drive, hit the rim as hard as possible, that's the type of transition offense you want to see. So defense leads into fast breaks. Fast breaks leads into points. Now, how do you get points when you're in the half court? How do you get points when it's not a fast break? And that has been the struggle of the Bulls for most of the season. Coming into this game, a lot of the time what we saw was Zach and DeMar iso ball, trying to figure something out and hope that they could collapse the defense by themselves. But during this game, we saw everyone on this team make a concerted effort to be better, to move without the ball, to look for their shots, to be confident. And that's what we need to see. So first things first, we're going to start out with Coby White. Coby White, in the type of offense the Bulls showed last night, shines. He runs the pick and roll. He attacks the rim. He has an option. If they stop him, he can pass it to Vooch. Vooch now has a lane to the rim. If they stop Vooch, Vooch can either pass it out to a corner, or if we're playing smart and someone cuts, he can pass it to the cutting man. There's a lot of options when we run the pick and roll through Kobe and Vooch. And seeing them kind of start to do that last game was great. They also did it a few times with DeMar, who I also like seeing run the pick and roll sometimes. But it's a little bit harder for him to do it because him and Vooch kind of occupy the same spaces with the way they like to shoot. So seeing Kobe attack off the pick and roll, definitely a key point to this offense having an identity. We have to use that most of the game, each and every game. Let Kobe make the decisions. Moving forward from Kobe, Zach and DeMar, I got to give them their props. Not only did they play good this game, but they also let other players do their thing. They didn't force a bunch of shots that they didn't need to take. They let everyone else kind of take the lead a little bit when necessary. And when they needed to kind of take a shot, they did. That's where they are at their best. We do not need DeMar and Zach to try to take over the game every game at the start of the game. Right? It just doesn't need to be a thing. Now, if we're passing it, we're doing everything we need to do, and it's just not working, and we're looking terrible, and the matchups don't work, yeah, maybe we need them to step up a little bit. But it was great to see them kind of defer, let other people get aggressive, let them work the game. Part of that aggression, one of the players who shined last night, and I think is really going to shine in this type of offense that the Bulls team that they were looking at last night, is Jevon Carter. He was a major, major piece, and you can see that in the games the more and more he gets comfortable. Last night, he was searching for the three, and this is a big point to me. I think the Bulls should not be trying to hit 43s a game, right? We just shouldn't be. We should be trying to let certain players take more threes a game. I don't need DeMar taking 7 threes a game. If he takes 1 or 2, cool. But I do need Jevon Carter taking 8. I do need Kobe and Zach, Dosunmu, Patrick Williams. Those are the people I need to shoot the ball. The people who I know are our better shooters can take more shots from the three-point line. But don't force players who are not decent three-point shooters to start shooting just so we get the number up. That is where the Bulls need to make an adjustment. Being a great three-point shooting team doesn't mean just shoot because you're open and you can't shoot. It means shoot because it's a quality shot. If you're a good shooter, if you have the skill set, go look for it. If there's a driving lane, but you know you're shooting 50%, yeah, maybe take the shot. You have an option of maybe doing that. But if you're shooting 30% from the field, you're shooting 20% from 3, do not just pass up an open lane to just shoot a shot randomly. It's just not how it needs to be. And that's what they showed last night. They took smart shots, they took open shots, and they did it within the flow of the offense. Jevon Carter took a lot of shots, but he didn't really force them. He was taking them when they were given to him. And that's what you want to see from this team. Drive, attack the rim, and take open shots when they're available. Patrick Williams had a great game. I think he's going to be a major key to this offense doing what they need to do and finding an identity as well. He's defensive. He's aggressive on the fast break. He can get to the rim, and he can shoot the ball at a decent clip. He hasn't been shooting as good this year, but last year he did shoot 40%, almost 50% from the field. We need him to play the same way, and I think that'll come over time. But with the way this team is structured, the way they played last night, it looks like they found their identity. They are a hard-nosed, gritty team that plays defense, and they attack the rim. Attack the rim with everything you got, and then if you have an open shot, you take that open shot. Do not make Zach and DeMar do everything. Let everyone touch the ball. You saw it this game. Caruso, Jevon Carter, Patrick Williams, Kobe White, they were looking for their shot. They weren't just deferring to DeMar and Zach to just do it. They really wanted to try to get some points on the board. And you saw it with how they played. Kobe, off the pick and roll, was going for layups. He was taking step back mid-ranges towards the end of the game, but he wasn't looking to just pass to pass. He wanted to see if he had a shot, and if he didn't, then he passed it up. Patrick Williams did the same thing, which is new for him. We know that Patrick normally defers to DeMar. There was points in this game where he had DeMar on the floor, and he was like, no, I'm taking the next 2 to 3 shots. There was one point in this game, he had a center on him, and he backed up and cleared everyone out so he could attack. That's what you need to see from this team. Multiple players attacking the rim and making things happen. We have too many athletic players to just sit at the 3 and hope that we can throw 40 up a game and hit them. So if the Bulls continue with this type of offense going forward, I think we're definitely going to win some games. We're going to make some moves if we can continue to play smart basketball. Now, one thing I do think that could help this, and I keep saying it, I hate to say it, but I keep saying it, trading DeMar DeRozan might be the best thing for this team. I don't think we're going to find a contract extension for him. I think he's going to look for a contender. But I do think that trading DeMar does get us a piece or some pieces that will help this team continue this fast-paced, defensive mindset type of team that's gritty and goes to attack the rim, but also can shoot if left wide open. That's what we're looking for in this team offense, and that's what we need to get. I think we can get some stuff for DeMar that will help with that. We do need a 3-and-D type of wing that is a knockdown 3-and-D type of wing that you cannot leave open. And if we can get that, I think it'll just take this offense to the next level. But with that, down below, let me know what you think about the Bulls' offense. Do you think that they found an identity last game? Do you like the identity they had last game? Let me know below. And once again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification. Like I said, we're building a family here. If you guys like the video, let me know below. There's going to be more to come throughout the week, throughout the next couple of weeks. We have a lot of home games. I look forward to talking about the Bulls and hopefully talking about some wins. So with that, y'all have a good night. Peace.